evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Triggered. I am your host, Zachary Clark, and you all know my co-host.
This is wonderful. And we're back.
Adam. Adam, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing great right now, actually.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear you're feeling great and wonderful. We're back from our brief hiatus. Unplanned. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I went to the botanical gardens 5 weeks in a row.
He learned so much about plants.
Yeah, I think next year I'll space them out throughout the year because they visiting it looked the same every week. I think maybe I'll go during spring and then summer, then fall and winter, and maybe I get a different perspective each time rather than 5 weeks in a row.
That sounds like a quitter attitude for my soon-to-be master naturalist.
Oh wait, can't use that. Can't use that term for the University of Illinois yada 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 agreement I signed.
You can't use what term?
I don't know.
What terms can't you? What agreement did you sign that muzzled yourself, Adam? What have you? What?
I can't even say
so
that.
far?
I can't even.
I'm fine. I didn't sign anything. Master naturalist Adam Furman.
Oh, thank you. And Zach has provided free legal advice to all of you out there.
I regularly provide free legal advice because I'm a sucker. Someone called me and they're like, I just had some questions, but let me Venmo you some money since I know that I feel bad making you work for free. And I'm like, no, I don't even want to deal with it or whatever. And they're like, seriously, I'll give you $20. And I'm like, just keep it.
It's like afterwards, just tell me you did a good job, and then I'll be happy.
$20.
And they're like, no, I'd rather give you the $20.
Did I just mow your yard? I went to law school for 3 years, and you've come to me for my expertise in this matter. So it's a person that you felt comfortable coming to because of the depth of their knowledge and experience, and you're willing to pay them less than you'd pay a 13-year-old kid to mow your grass. It's fine. I'm not resentful. It's cool. I would have done it for free anyway. Offered me $20. Just want to take another drink.
It's about enough for one milkshake. 2 milkshakes, sorry. 2 milkshakes.
10. Under my...
And milkshake.
Under my
you are not getting...
antiquated...
unless it's a DIY milkshake where you buy the 5-gallon tub or whatever, the 50-gallon tub of ice cream, and then a little bit of milk. So you get it at, to scale. You're not getting a $2 milkshake anywhere.
That's what I was saying. It's not so long ago, Adam. You could actually get like $1 milkshake at the McDonald's when their when the shake machine wasn't broken. They went to like fancy Mick Cafe or something not that long ago, and then it's all of a sudden milkshakes cost $5 at McDonald's.
I know you are far enough away from me in age where you're an old man, but I am not that. But I'm still young, but we are close enough to where we can't get confused as to who's old and who's not.
Apparently,
more gray hair than me.
I mean, apparently not, because apparently you don't understand that for the majority of my life, milkshakes have been like $2. It's like
for the majority of your life, I'm calling no way. You're what? Till you were 25?
Am I 50?
I don't
50
know. Are
years
you?
old?
What's your birth date and your
Social
social security
Security number?
number and your current address?
This is what I'm saying. I was like, okay, I'm 40 years old, and for like the last probably a decade ago, things started to change.
Oh, whoa! Around that 2010, 2012. That's weird. That's weird.
Among those changes was people started going to Starbucks constantly, like constantly.
Back when I was in high school,
People started.
which was which was back in 2006, 2007.
Yeah, there was a transition away from you could go to a diner and you'd pay $1 and you'd have a bottomless cup of coffee.
Do you remember when you could go to the pharmacy for a milkshake, Zach?
No, I didn't.
Are you
I'm
that
saying
old?
I'm saying that there was a cultural shift, and people started looking for luxury cafe stuff because, and I don't know how to even say it because it's more like a predatory marketing practice on behalf of people who realized that they could rebrand into a fancy barista style thing and then charge 4 times what they had been charging for all of their beverages except for fountain soda. So now you go to a McDonald's and instead of paying $2 to get a large milkshake, you have to pay $4 for a medium.
Yeah, because they don't do large anymore.
Ugh,
It's
don't
like,
even
we
get me
only
started.
have one
Don't even get me
size, it's
started
regular.
on Morgan Spurlock and Super Size Me propaganda that ruined.
Oh yeah. Oh
ruined
my gosh.
my
I
fast food
remember
experience.
I felt so stupid where like I got my milkshake and I actually went inside. I'm like, you guys gave me like a small, I wanted a large. And they're like, no, that's the largest size we got. And I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is a small.
it's $7. I'm like, what? It's shake
I'm like,
base.
what?
It's
Charge
shake
me.
base and soft serve, and you mix it up, and you charge me $7
Charge me
for half a
for
cup.
I don't care. Charge me for a Whopper and fill up your large soda with the ice cream, with the shake. I don't care.
Sir, we're not allowed to do
Oh.
that. That could
He'll be like, I'm good. Get your manager out here now. Customer's always right.
Oh, sir, I am the manager.
Where, Zach? Sorry, I don't know. Where are we broadcasting from?
Oh, I forgot to tell you that we're coming to you live straight from the Adams County Courthouse.
Oh. No.
That's right, Adams County Courthouse, the site of a trial of the century, where the face of one man will haunt your dreams. Oh, it's not zooming in. Ugh. Well, it ruined my whole bit. It was all a sick game. Rokusek sentenced to 2 years in prison, 30 months probation, and unauthorized taping case. It was all a sick game. But we'll get into that, Adam. Yeah.
No, you can't lead. It's like the deadly thing in your house, more intense. It's like, no,
It was.
What was that? Is that a typewriter?
Ducks. It's the ducks. Don't be alarmed. There are ducks. There are ducks in here. They'll probably just be making some noise in the background, and I don't care. All right. We're coming to you live from the Adams County Courthouse.
We're back to the
place of the sentencing of this devious character, the perpetrator, the game master of a sick and twisted game. Look at his eyes, and you can tell that this man has a warp in his mind. He's twisted in some fashion. Bending all of reality to his whims.
What are we, quantum mechanics now?
No, this guy's just a creepy guy and was filming his employees, the women that worked for him. And then storing those.
Oh, you mean like all employees in like the break room, right?
In the break room would be like, I would think like, okay, whatever. And then like bathroom, because it's like weirdo stuff, right? But apparently it was a locker room and shower they had on premise at a marketing and advertising company.
Oh, now I've got a lot of questions.
Yes, Ro Cusick, 60, a former owner of a Quincy marketing and advertising company, received 2-year sentences to run concurrently in the Illinois Department of Corrections for unauthorized taping and producing videos of multiple women at the company he owned. He also received 30 months probation to be served after he completes his time in the Department of Corrections for his dastardly crimes. He was found to have recorded more than 200 videos of people in the locker room / restroom area of Rocusic Design on South 18th Street without their permission while they were showering or changing clothes.
You only got 2 years?
Yeah, I got multiple convictions.
2 years and throw them in stocks and throw vegetables at them.
I agree, but I don't understand how and why a marketing and advertising company in Quincy would have locker rooms and showers.
That's another thing. I'm like, that was kind of weird. I'm back in the club. I don't get why we would have. I mean, you know, if you were a basketball team, I would understand why there would be locker rooms and showers.
If it was a gym,
you
know. If it was a fitness club, maybe that would make sense.
Yeah, I don't. That's weird. I mean, this does not give him an excuse, but I'm like, also, it's like, that's weird, right? We're like, oh, where's the marketing for? It's like, what the?
Yeah, it's kind of strange, right? Isn't it?
That's like Morningside number 1.
By the way, if you guys want to, there's showers on premises.
Yeah, I know.
For benefit to my employees.
Some of you guys haven't taken. It's like, I know some of you guys haven't taken use of the showers in the locker room, so.
Karen, I noticed that you haven't been showering regularly in the company shower room. I can't recommend it enough. You should probably hop on in there. Get in that shower, Karen. We didn't even know it was happening. So strange. Another woman who identified herself as TM said that she was a 21-year-old college intern when she first started working at Rocusic. She talked about how happy she was working for a design company, taking advantage of happy hours, wine nights, daily workouts, and an in-office masseuse.
Zach, something does not sound right. There's some red flags everywhere.
Being young and naive.
Also, how am I learning about this right now? 9:30 on a Friday night. This is literally the first time I'm hearing about this.
Being young and naive, I assumed all these benefits were of pure heart, TM said. I didn't realize
Oh my gosh.
I was a member of a cult run by a power-hungry man.
Oh man, I remember. I'm not gonna tell you who, but I remember. So one of my family members, their company started recording people. They weren't. It wasn't in the bathrooms, but it was outside of the bathrooms, and because they had a mystery pooper.
We've narrowed it
They had
down.
somebody who was taking a crap on the floor, and they're like, "Oh!" And so they took video footage, and then like every hour they went into the bathroom and checked, and then like eventually they were able to determine, because you cross-reference it with other days where there's crap on the floor. And then it's like, oh, it's Jim. Like,
Devious mad crapper.
the mystery pooper.
We've solved the case.
They went to fire him, but he came up with an ADA claim for his degenerate behavior.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
No way. I'm like, no way.
I'm kidding.
You come to me and attack me for pooping on the floor. Oh, I guess you didn't know about my
like a
diagnosed
garbage
medical
tea.
condition.
Oh.
Sir?
All right, we can't. What? Okay, so they have happy hours and wine nights and stuff. What is this?
Oh, and an in-house masseuse, yes.
And an in-house masseuse at a marketing firm.
Yeah, that's correct. Imagine working with someone for years, and building a relationship that you thought was cool. Having him treat you like a daughter. And then to find out it was all a sick game.
Oh man. This.
Yes, TM, darling.
I'm not-
My young friend, please enjoy this complimentary workout. Oh, you look like you worked up such a sweat. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna be there
Go
for one
ahead and
night, right?
hop in the shower.
Then, this is. I don't know.
There were no
weird.
red flags at all. None raised.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna be given. I'm treated like a daughter, given a personal masseuse and wine nights and happy hour. No way. No way.
Strange. It appears that there was an awful lot of young women working at this firm, too. Interesting. Very curious. That's why when and if I ever when I said not if when I get to hire my assistant Hank, there'll be no funny business. Hank and I will just be down to professional business. Pure, unadulterated professionalism between the two of us.
You mean that you'll tell him his showering schedule?
Hank, you appear like you worked up too much of a sweat over the lunch hour when I made you do all those burpees in my office.
Hey, your memo was crap. You do wind sprints.
We'll have to keep a physical peak physical shape here in this office. We don't have showers, but I brought you a basin for your sponge bath.
Oh, gross. It's like you you embarrassed me in front of the rest of my teammates. Run until you puke.
Oh,
Oh, I puked when I was running. Let me smell your breath. I don't believe you.
breathe on my face. Yeah. Yeah, I smell it now.
Oh, you're disgusting, Zachary.
I know what you're talking about. I'm just a respectable Quincy businessman.
Oh man, I wish I would have been in this. You should have told me about this. I would have taken PTO to sit in on this trial.
Uh, I should have. I should have as well. We don't go to enough trials, Adam. I say that.
It's like, why is the legal team out? It's like we're watching this. Yeah, this doesn't add up. We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
No, I don't know. I don't know, man. I do know, bro. I do know, bro, that like was totally 420, 420
Get outta here.
yesterday, bro. Man, it's like it was like total. You know what 420 is, right?
I could not get a straight answer on why 420 was significant from any of the stoners in high school. Like, 420. I'm like, what does that mean?
Bro,
And they're like, it means, you know what it means. And I'm like, I literally don't know what it means, and I don't think you do either.
Bro, it's like totally Hitler's birthday.
I knew. Oh, jeez. You're bad.
The day Hitler was born. Toke up, everybody.
And that's what you're celebrating.
That's what you're celebrating. You guys are celebrating Hitler. Oh my gosh. I didn't know there were so many anti-Semites that like to love weed. But also, I think that it's very important. It's very important that if you do partake in marijuana, that you familiarize yourself with the state and local laws of your jurisdiction, so that you do not run afoul of the law. Just because recreational use is legal in Illinois doesn't mean that you can transport 80 pounds of weed in your car.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. If you're curious at how much cannabis you can transport in your car, the amount is not 82 pounds. The city of Marion says. So, FYI. This seems like too much for personal use. Also, I'll just throw this out there. Might be. Well, I don't know. That they might be trying to sell this.
No.
There have been some advocates that say that the amount of drugs found alone shouldn't be able to be used as evidence of an intent to distribute those said drugs.
Are those garbage bags? Or are those like those laundry? Are those laundry bags that you suck the air out of?
They are the laundry bags you suck the air out. You can see the little vent on the thing right here.
Oh my gosh.
Vacuum sealed 82 pounds of weed. But this is the perfect example of why it is true sometimes. If you find a guy with a large amount of drug, that you could use that as circumstantial evidence that he intends to not smoke 82 pounds of marijuana, but to mayhap distribute it to others. I mean, this would be one hell of a block party, I guess. I didn't look into the very details, but I'm guessing that this might have been somebody who was distributing to a dispensary someplace or whatever, but who knows? I don't know how this all works. I had also heard anecdotal stories periodically of federal agents stopping dispensary cash deposit trucks or whatever and confiscating their goods and money as part of a criminal enterprise because it obviously
Or
is one.
alternatively, local authorities stopping it in a jurisdiction that's legal and then contacting the federal authorities to grab it because it
They
is
can act as
illegal.
agents to the federal government unless you're a cop in Missouri.
But that I think that only has to do with like gun stuff.
I think
So-
it was everything. You couldn't be
It was gun
acting.
stuff. It's like the protecting the Second Amendment
No.
in our state.
I thought it was just general. That's way less
But
cool.
A
If
cooler
they're like,
actor.
we are antagonistic to the federal government, and you are not allowed to be co-opted into their various schemes. They are evil, and we are a sovereign state.
For guns.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate it all. The only solution to the tyrannical federal government is A, states reasserting their sovereign rights, and B, the repeal of the 14th Amendment. What did the 14th Amendment do for us anyway, Adam? Riddle me this. Not a heck of a lot, if you ask
I'm
me.
good with common law.
They eviscerated
Privileges
it almost
and
immediately.
Privileges and immunities, I think, right?
That doesn't even mean anything. That's like admiralty
No,
law
the
or
privileges and
whatever
immunities
the
of
guy
American
said.
citizens.
The Supreme Court has said that basically the Privileges or Immunities Clause means the specific federal rights that people have, which is limited to a very narrowly construed area of law dealing with federal territories, such as international trade and admiralty law and stuff like this. That's it.
Yeah.
The Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment has been erroneously read to act to partially incorporate certain articulated and fundamental rights that are not stated in the Constitution, because that is just a point of reference, but that exist because of the various articulations in the Constitution and other federal laws of what your rights are. Then substantively due processed, they can't be taken away for any reasons, maybe, even though I don't think it makes any sense at all. I don't understand substantive due process, Adam. I don't get it. I don't
I don't know.
understand privacy rights. The government isn't allowed.
As of right
to.
now, I will not be needing it in. It's like trigonometry, right? I don't need to know it. And
Well, if your wife wanted to use birth control, let's say, and the state of Illinois said, birth control, not in Illinois, illegal. And she were to drive across the river to Missouri, get some birth control, come back and use it, and then someone found out because it was a sting operation the whole time.
It's dun, 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 dun.
The Supreme Court comes down and says, like, 10 years later, after you don't even care anymore about those interest groups and other things associated with the case that are funding it and keeping it alive, says, all right, the state isn't allowed to prohibit individuals from using birth control because that's their own business. Case closed. It's a right that they have in their own family planning, and so for that reason, it's a fundamental right because families are important historically, maybe, and not a place where the state should have any rights to intrude. Case dismissed. Get out of here.
Nailed it.
And then you're like, okay, well, if that's the rule, well, that's probably not the only thing, right? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Case by case, I guess. So if another case goes through the 10-year gauntlet and we decide to take the case, then we might decide that other things might be also fundamentally very important historically that the state can't regulate, maybe. You give us a hint. Maybe any hints about what those... No. Well, probably very limited category of things. Things that aren't covered are like telling you that you aren't allowed to grow food for your own consumption. That's definitely definitely not protected. What about, let's say, owning guns? Oh, owning guns. Oh, no question. What about transporting guns? Definitely transporting guns is protected. What about carrying them on my person? Even concealed, so no one can see them. Yes, also protected. Yes, we agree 100%. Okay. What's the difference between someone being able to see it or not see it? I feel like maybe being able to carry a long gun should probably also be protected, right? I can't conceal that, like open carry, but some people might be afraid. We're drawing the line there. For whatever reasons, that's not fundamentally protected. What does the 14th Amendment?
People
What does the 14th Amendment mean?
It might be people might be afraid and think it's dangerous. That they're in danger when they see that.
Yeah.
They don't know that they're in danger any moment. They are outside their home and also inside their home.
They don't know that if I wanted to, they could not stop me from killing them right now.
It's something weird. It's like, oh, hey, did you know this could happen? And then people are like, what? Oh, you weirdo. It's like, oh, no, literally, this is how it happened. This is how those random street murders happen. Not here.
Yes.
Not here. Not in my life. Not in where I walk.
I hate everything.
Like the guy who got stabbed there. Do you think that he thought that he was going to be stabbed that day? That
yes.
He was going to be unsafe walking?
That's because we shouldn't let people have knives. What if they use those knives to cut someone at them?
We shouldn't let people have fists.
What? You could beat someone to death with your fists? This is literally the first time I'm hearing about that. No, people actually, yes, we should make people have no hands. You have to wear whenever you're outside of your home. You have to wear like wrist restraints.
Restraints.
Restraints to prevent you from being able to beat someone to death with your fists. Ah, really? It's only men though, so I think that's what we need right now. So maybe it's just the guys, Adam. Maybe it's just guys need to. Hold on a second. Hold on. Breaking news, Adam. What's this? I've heard that some women. Hold on. Let me dial this in real quick. There is there's a trend in no. I only have limited facts on this. The story is incomplete, but apparently surveys show that an increasing number of women, for whatever reason, women are in quotation marks. I really don't know what that means. Would say an increasing number of women are also able to murder people with their fists. So they're going to have to reevaluate the policy moving forward and whether or not women need to also be restrained in public.
You're gonna fall out of your chair.
I don't know what you mean. This is very serious business. Adam, did you know that in colonial India, the British government tried to control the cobra population by offering a bounty for dead cobras? But the Indians realized they could breed cobras, kill them, and collect the rewards. When the government discovered,
I learned it like 7 or 8 years ago. It was great when I heard it. I'm like, why would they do? Oh, now I know why they would do that.
When the government discovered
Easy money.
The plan, it stopped offering the bounty, leading breeders to release all of their cobras into the wild. As a result, the cobra population grew even higher than before.
Yeah. That was one of those the whole like law of independent or law of unintended consequences times 2, because it's like, oh, give me the head of one and you can have 50 shillings or whatever, whatever the Brits use. And then it's like, oh, okay, cool, I'm breeding these. And then like they're like, no, we're done. It was like, oh, okay. And then that's part 2. But now there's even more.
Yeah. And I'm going to say,
But
Adam, I know that most people in the world don't understand hypotheticals, but I want them to focus very hard.
What do you,
pay very close attention.
People don't understand hypotheticals. What do you mean?
I want you to substitute cobra bounties in this story, this true thing that happened, with every single government intervention that has ever been done. Every one of them. I want you to think about them and then understand the problem. Isn't cobras.
That reminds me, Zach. Maybe we should help out single, unmarried mothers with kids.
No,
maybe give only them money every month for their kids to help support.
Wait. So if the father of the children is supporting and or married to the woman, what happens then?
They don't get any money.
Oh.
Or any support. But if there is no father in the picture, then they will get support. Because we should help those people.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm going to throw a wrinkle in there. What if Indians began
Okay,
to
I don't
breed
see any
cobras? Well, we'll just have to get rid of the whole system. Wouldn't there be even more cobras than there were before, Adam? There's so many cobras. So many.
That's interesting, though. I would love to hear what happened, like 5 years out, because with wildlife population and whatnot, whether or not there was enough prey, even there's probably a population die out because they couldn't sustain their population. But it's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. They
It's
they
like how many mice? There's no more mice anymore. The cobra ate them all, or whatever, and so it's like, okay, now they all die. The cobra die, and then also the mouse is now extinct.
I think that
The
the
eastern Indian marshland mouse is now extinct or whatever.
the bounty system was initiated to control the population because they were posing a problem to rural workers. People were getting killed. They were dying from the snake bites. So I imagine that in the immediate aftermath, a lot of people died.
Yeah.
But anyway, this phenomenon is known as the Cobra effect, Adam. The Cobra effect, where actions
Oh, the cobra effect.
intended
It
to
sounds-
solve problems end up making it worse. And I think that it's a lesson that no one learns or knows. So, like I said, I need you all to just think. Next time Joe Biden or Donald Trump or whoever's on the TV, like, the solution to your problem is a thing we're going to do. Ask yourself, well, it might do some of what they say it's going to do, but I'm a clever human being with free will and.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you right there, Zach.
But what? How?
But I didn't-
How could I act to manipulate this rule in order to benefit myself? And now multiply
There you
that
go,
by
there you go.
millions of people, and then say to yourself, they should probably have guardrails in place. I wonder why they didn't mention this and why there are no such guardrails. People are just gonna do the right thing. And,
Yeah, people are good at heart.
That's what the fuck.
have you heard of food stamps?
I have
Food stamps? I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
But if
I-
you if you're
with the coupon.
if you're poor everywhere in America, the government will give you money in order to buy food.
Yeah, or
Foods.
food. You mean candy and soda?
No, Adam.
And Subway.
Nutritional.
And
Papa Murphy's
Subway.
pizzas
And-
and gas
oh.
station potato chips and
Yep. There you go.
without even getting into that problem where people aren't buying potatoes for $2 for 5 pounds of food.
Oh my gosh! Now I want fried potatoes. I mean, can you that and ketchup? I mean, come on.
Don't get me started, because that's exactly correct. People are hungry in America and they're starving, so we need to help them by giving them supplemental nutritional assistance. SNAP. Maybe we'll call it SNAP.
Zach, you could get real. You can get real puffy, but you won't say you will not starve if you have carbs. That'll keep you living. hungry.
And then let's put
But
zero.
you're gonna be fine.
The only restrictions is basically they can't buy cigarettes and alcohol with them. What about those people that want cigarettes and alcohol, Zach? You might be asking me? Well, if you can't afford them, you can't buy them. One might say. Another guy might say, if I have if I have food stamps on a card, I might just be able to manipulate the fungible nature of money and buy people food in exchange for a lesser amount of cash than it's worth, to use the cash to then buy drugs, cigarettes, and alcohol. I could sell my food stamps to people for 50 cents on the dollar and then have cash to do whatever I want with. But wouldn't your kids go hungry? F them! I got 6.
I'm an addict. I've got problems.
Didn't you know? I'm breeding cobras in my garage.
Oh no.
Once I brought this up, I brought this up a few times, and sometimes people will retort. They'll say, who are we to judge what these poor folk do with the food stamps that they have?
Yes.
And they
Yes.
said,
The poor will always be with you.
who provide them the benefits that they are corruptly manipulating and exploiting for things other than what they are intended for. Every time I hear a Hunger in America radio advertisement when I'm in my car, did you know this is Hunger in America? And I think to myself, I say, food stamps exist. The only reason that these children could possibly be hungry is if their parents are pieces of trash selling their food stamps for cigarette money. And I go crazy in my mind. Ugh. Which is why I propose, as part of my I'm announcing tonight, I'm announcing the formation of the Zach Clark Exploratory Committee for President of the United States.
Oh.
My campaign slogan is, you are entitled to nothing, deserve nothing, build it yourself. And one of the platform planks of my candidacy is that people will no longer be issued food stamps in order to receive supplemental nutritional assistance to prevent them from starving, but they can go to many a government distribution center and pick up a box of potatoes.
And cheese.
Potatoes and cheese. Potatoes and cheese.
Oh my gosh. It's such a great combination too.
Tastes great. Easy. How will we cook the potato? I don't care. Eat them raw. But if you can afford a $20 microwave, you can have a delicious potato in 2 minutes.
You don't even need that. I don't want. Oh, gosh. I need to get away from having a meal at 10 o'clock at night, Zach. And now we've been talking about.
I'm gonna make Adam eat potatoes tonight if it's the last thing I do.
Delicious cheap food.
Adam, I want you to think for a second.
It is no. One last thing. The potatoes are so cheap, Zach. So cheap. It's like I remember so many times where I'm like I need 4 potatoes or whatever. And it's just like that's what I need. Grocery plan. We won't need that many potatoes. And it's just like it's like I have the option of buying a 5-pound or a 10-pound bag, and it's like $3 or $4, and I'm like, I don't want either of these because it's gonna be wasteful. I'd be a bad steward of my money and food. Like it would go to waste. Can I just have like 3 potatoes? They're like, you can buy the single ones, and they're like $1.50 a piece. And I'm like, okay, now that's even more money than just buying this 5-pound bag for $3.
Adam,
I'm like,
yes. I remember I was told the reason that poor people are fat and eat so much fast food. I want you to understand that yes, there are people out there that think that poor people That is, people who do not have enough money, maybe not enough to eat. The reason that they buy food at McDonald's. Listen, I don't get this. Like so many different ways. And become obese. Yes, that's right. Poor people that can't afford food, but they have so much food and they buy it at a restaurant and enough so to become obese. It's because it's so cheap. I don't, Adam, have they never been to the grocery store? You can get 10 pounds of potatoes for $5. What are you talking about?
Get some Crisco, cut them up, and fry them up. Then you got your McDonald's fries.
Get yourself a jug of vegetable oil, a sack of salt, and a pack of potatoes. And, wow, look at that. You've just kept your family from starving for $10 for an entire month or whatever. These food prices, they're out of control. I'm like, what are you buying? Please, I need to see your budget.
If you go...
Oh, no.
Even if you go to the processed food, even if you go to, like, the Ore-Ida fries and stuff, it's still so much cheaper.
Oh, Adam, I forgot.
It's like I want the $4 fries from McDonald's. Like, hey, but for $4 you could buy this 5-pound bag of Ore-Ida fries.
Yes, I don't know. It doesn't. I can't. I cannot understand.
You want some
these people?
I'm really wanting chicken nuggets.
They're not real.
You go to McDonald's and buy a 20-piece for $6. Like, but you could spend $4 and buy and get 100 pieces at Aldi or whatever.
Is this right here?
Oh no!
Every time I think about this, it's these guys. Food $200, data $150, rent $800, candles $3,600, utility $150. Someone who is good at economy, please help me. Me budget this. My family is dying. Spend less on candles? No. There's nothing you can do. You cannot allow somebody who has made the decision in this scenario, as discussed, to spend their money on fast food to be able to decide what to spend that money on. They aren't allowed to do that, especially when it's not their money. It's the community's money. Just want to shake him by the shoulders a little bit.
How much cheaper would it be if, like, you were to actually, as a community, because right, there's all this back end stuff with all those programs. You could actually just give. You could. It's like, oh, Mark and his family is having a hard time. It's like, well, here you go, Mark. You're trustworthy. Like, it's like in an actual, like, giving him the benefit of the doubt. It's like, okay, Mark, you know, blah, blah, here's $50. And if well, this is a revolutionary idea, Zach. What if you were to help out your neighbor in that way, and that neighbor was, you know, actually down to his luck would use that in a good manner. I bet he would have, you know, maybe a few people in his neighborhood or his church or his, you know, social club.
I think I might have an answer from the web.
Oh no.
I bet Mark would probably start breeding cobras. Is my guess.
even with that, Zach, let's say he is the cobra breeder. Let's just say that. How much cheaper would it be on your taxes?
It's not cheaper. It's the same thing with their stupid.
It would be. No, it it would be
around town.
There's
This is important.
There's some number cruncher. There's some keyboard warrior
Churches
at the
around
Department
town
of Health and Human Services.
Little food
whose
pantries
sole
outside
job
the
is to
churches.
look at-
And there are people that drive around town and take all the stuff out of the food pantries.
What? Oh no.
They call them blessing boxes. We have one out front of our church as well. But you put a little like one of those mini libraries almost, but it's for food. You put food in there for people in the community, and they can come. They can
Wait.
food.
I don't get it, Zach. Zach, how could it keep milk good in there?
You put like flour and pasta and like cans of chili and stuff and whatever.
No, I'm gonna start putting milk in those.
You can put a sack of potatoes in there for 10 pounds for $5 or whatever. And there are people that will drive around town. They know where each of the boxes are, and they will check to see if they've been restocked, and they will take all the food out of it.
You're not supposed to do that? I thought it's free food, Zach.
These people are breeding cobras! Land of unintended consequences is not just for government programs. People... Adam, even though some people don't believe this to be true, we live in a fallen world. And everyone is bad. And you have to teach your kids this too. You don't not teach the kids. It's the lesson they need to learn with their kids. And then people are going to try to exploit the system in order to benefit themselves selfishly. It's not that hard to understand. There's always going to be 20% or so of the people that are going to take advantage of things.
20%? What an odd number to pick.
You know, very strange. What time is it? Oh my gosh, we're over. I've literally talked about 2 things off of here, but that's fine.
It's because we've been on hiatus because of my garden visits.
Yes, so many garden visits. But that doesn't get us away from our ice cold fact of the week, coming to ya straight from Ice-T himself. Ice cold facts: a person who doesn't defend you while someone slanders you is your enemy too. Ice cold fact.
Silence is violent.
And with that, wraps up this episode of Triggered. And we really hope you folks enjoyed it. And if you did, smash like, subscribe, and share this video with every single one of your friends. You also can follow...
And remember... If there is a marketing
Wait, hold on. Adam, do you have anything you'd like to share with us at the end of the show?
Yes. If there's a new marketing firm in your area looking for new hires and they have amenities such as lockers, showers, personal masseuses, what's the other ones? Wine nights.
Cocktail.
Wine hours.
Happy hours.
Maybe.
It's just a really fun place to work.
With a dark secret attached. Don't do it.
Excellent advice. And with that, we're going to wrap up the show for this evening. But we will see you all next time on Triggered. Good night.